What's up, guys? So today we're going to talk about how to best manage your money. Someone has asked the question to get some advice on how to manage their portfolio. They're relatively young and they've managed a decent portfolio and they're trying to figure out what to do with it. So, everyone's situation is a little bit different, but let's just deep dive into this person's scenario and give them some personalized advice. All right, so the title of this post says, "Can someone please help me figure out the best way to manage my money?" He goes, "I am kind of not sure how to make use of my money after working for 3 years. I have 300K in assets and not sure what to do with it." All right, first of all, there's very, very few people that can save what you've saved. I mean, working for 3 years, you've got 300K in the bank. It says that you're working for Wayfair. I'm not exactly sure where that is, but assuming it's some sort of a big tech company, but it seems like you've been doing very well for yourself. I mean, what is this, 100K a year? I mean, you've been probably living at home and making smart choices, packing lunches and doing that kind of thing. So major kudos to you, man. Respect. He continues, mid-20s, no family responsibilities. He just has to take care of the rent and car payments. All right, so it does look like you have some expenses, but not a whole lot. So the allocation of his 300K today is currently 65K in equities, so stocks, 2, 120K in treasury bills, 3, 60K in 401K, S&P 500, smart choice, and then 4, 50K in liquid cash. All right, so that seems like a pretty good distribution and allocation. He says, "Should I buy a house in the Bay Area? What should I be doing to effectively grow my wealth as I grow older? Not sure I'm doing things effectively right now. Any advice is much appreciated. Thanks." All right, so you're in your mid-20s, you've already amassed 300K, and you've got all these different investments and equities, T-bills. To me, this seems like a pretty good, safe distribution. So first of all, just major kudos to you. It seems like you know what you're doing already. Honestly, I don't know if this is a troll post. Oftentimes people on Blind will post these things where they're just pretty much acting like assholes. Basically, they're asking for advice, but they're not really interested in taking it, or they don't need really advice because they're already doing what they need to be doing. And so for you to be in your mid-20s, to have this type of savings and distribution and investments, I think is a pretty good thing. But let's just go back to your questions, right? Should I buy a house in the Bay Area? Bay Area is very, very expensive, as you probably know this already. To buy an average house in the Bay, I think it's probably going to be over $1 million. And so if you look at the current interest rates and how much your monthly payments are going to be for mortgage, it's going to be, assuming you put 20% down in financing, $800,000 at 6%, 6.5%, your monthly payment's going to be at least $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, right? Maybe even more than that, which I don't think is really worth it unless you have plans to buy a massive single family house and you're going to rent out every single room to other single tech workers to make it up. Now, some others will make the argument that the Bay Area housing market's always going to go up. I've lived here for a number of years and I've seen that to be somewhat true. I remember when I first moved here back in 2008, you could buy a 3-bedroom townhouse for $600,000, and now that same townhouse is worth $1.5, $1.6, $1.7 million, and it's been pretty much going up every single year that I've been here. So if you believe that theory and you believe that the Bay Area housing market's going to be a great long-term investment, 300K probably isn't going to be enough. I mean, that might be enough for the down payment, but then you're not going to have any other savings. And I would say, just wait on that a little bit. I think there will be a point in time when the market will drop a little bit further, and that's going to be a great time to pick up Tesla, to pick up Nvidia, and some of these other hot stocks. Right now, I think it's just a really sort of a risky time. The market's sort of behaving irrationally, to be honest with you. As the Fed continues to raise interest rates in a quarter point every quarter, the market seems to be reacting positively to that. I don't think we've also seen the full effect of the recession. So there's just a lot of confounding factors here that might be cause to pause in terms of going back into the market. But ultimately, it's your decision, it's your money. If you have insider information or insider tips on which hot stocks to pick and you're good at that, then go with your gut. But my suggestion is to play it safe a little bit, have some cash on standby, which you already do. You've got 50K in cash, you've got 120K in treasury bills. So you're doing the right things, man. My investment portfolio looks somewhat like this, although I've got a lot more in equities and I've got some vested RSUs that are just kind of sitting because I don't think they've reached their peak. So ultimately, dude, congratulations, man. Keep up the hard work. It looks like you're on track to become a millionaire in another half decade or so. You're doing all the right things. And it sounds like you're managing your other expenses. You're having some rent payments and car payments. So other than that, it seems like you're able to continue to save on a annual basis, $100,000 per year, but you're also in your mid-20s. So the other last thing I'll just say for you is to have some fun, man. When you're in your 20s and you're saving any penny, you're not going out and exploring life, you're not traveling and doing these things, you're going to regret it later on when you have a family, when you don't have the ability, the energy, or the capacity to do these things. I personally wish that when I was in my mid-20s to have explored the world a little bit more, to take a little bit more risks, to really put myself out there, which is what I'm doing now. But when you have the ability to do so in your younger years, when you do have the liquidity and you have the financial ability to do so, I would say take those chances, because it's going to be hard to do it later on in life when you don't have that flexibility. So I think it's great to save, but also live a little. I'm not saying go out and blow it all on a single trip or hit up Vegas every single weekend. I'm not saying that at all, but create experiences, create memories for yourself with your friends, with your family, and maybe even do solo trips. And it doesn't have to be expensive, but I think it's important to go ahead and live life and have a fulfilling life. Anyways, before it gets too sappy, I'm going to stop right there. And those are kind of my thoughts on this topic. Guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think this OP should do with his money. Do you think he's managing it correctly, or do you think there's other strategies that he should be taking on? Like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.